Okay, so for today we have the slow R&B bass line and its play along. So we're gonna start with part 1. We're gonna divide this exercise to 2 parts. We have 8 bars and we're gonna learn 4 bars at a time. First, I'm gonna show you where to play it on the bass. You also have the notation and the tabs that you can review just to see where to play it, but I'm also gonna show you right here in this video so you can follow along. I'll show you where to play it and what shape to use. After that, we're gonna use the metronome and we'll play it together with the metronome on time, just that little piece. So we start with this. Again. And then we go down. So the only time I used an open note is at open E, and that's because I don't have a 5 string. That's the only lower E that I can get, and I want it. So again. Now you may see that a lot of the time I'm using basically 1 fret per finger. When I do that shift in the end, you will see that I'm using my pinky instead of my ring finger. My first finger, and then I'm going obviously down to the open strings and back. This is somewhat a personal preference. A lot of times, since I have smaller hands, when I go towards the lower side of the bass, you'll see that instead of using 1 finger per fret, I tend to want to use the pinky instead of the ring finger. It's just about my personal preference. Maybe not extremely orthodox in the bass ways, but in the end of the day, it's whatever is comfortable for you and whatever helps you play in the most convenient way. Again, the whole part together. Play it without the metronome, just find your footing around this. And then once you're ready, you don't have to already learn the second part. What I like to do is conquer, divide and conquer, go for those 4 bars. Once you have them in your hands, you take the metronome, and then with the metronome, our track is at 70 BPM. If it's still too fast for you, not a problem, take it down, lower it down. That's why we're using the metronome when we start practicing this. The track is at 70, use it for whatever speed is good for you. But do practice it with a metronome and make sure that you have it locked in before you go to the next part. All right, so once you're good with the first 4 bars of the track, we're gonna go to the next 4 bars. It's a very different vibe, slower, half notes. We're kind of just like serving the music with a more open part to get to the repeat, which will be the first 4 bars again. So we finished the last part with these notes. And now there's going to be the first shift of the play along. So what I like to do is from this A, you do a little bit of a slide, just like for the articulation to make it sound nice and warm, sliding into the F, 2 beats, G, and then I'm sliding again to the A. If you don't want to move, you can play the open A, but you can hear that the timbre is a little bit different. So I chose to move, and then shifting back again for a little tiny fill. So I went again, G, F, E, G, F, back to the G, again playing it with my pinky for personal preference, and going to the A. That's it, that's the second part. Less notes because you have the half notes, right? So again, from this part, just to give you a nice clear idea of the movement between the first 4 bars and the second 4 bars, we end on then shifting to F, G, A, G, F, E, G, F, G, A. So just that part. Now you'll notice that even when I'm not playing to the metronome, when I'm just finding my way around the bass, I still keep the count because it's gonna make it more helpful and faster to put it on the beat. Like even if you're just seeing the notes, you want to get a sense of what their length is. And if some of them are double than the others, it's gonna make an effect once you start playing it to the beat. Still before you play with a play along, you put both pieces together to the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The challenge here is to really be super ultra accurate on your time. The fact that you are able to play it somewhat in time doesn't mean that your time is good. The only way to really get a clear reflection of if you're playing something on time is to record yourself. Record yourself to the metronome, record yourself to the track, and see how accurate you are. Most probably you'll find that sometimes you're going a little bit too slow, sometimes you're going a little bit too fast and not extremely accurate. We're not looking for the absolute extreme accurate, but we're looking for like 95% accurate. That's where the groove lives. You know, with the 100%, that's like synth-based quantized, that's not natural. But if you're aiming for that 95, just shifting a little bit, that's where the real pocket lives. If you think you have it, again, record yourself and tell me what you think after you recorded yourself. If you're having trouble finding the time, even just like on a basic level, that's fine. Then what you want to do is, again, count a few bars before. You have 2 bars before the track starts too. So count with those bars and count the subdivision. In addition to counting the subdivision, when you play with a track, maybe even for the first time, don't play with the track, just listen to the track, yes, without the bass, and count to the subdivision of the drums. You will hear the drums playing the 8th note subdivision with the hi-hat sound. So notice that, count with the drums, do nothing but counting. If you can't count on time, you will not be able to play on time. So focus on that part, really prepare yourself, and then the playing on time is going to come. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this little exercise and I hope you find it helpful. Please stay tuned so that you can practice it with the full play along without the bass. Thank you so much for watching again. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and I'll see you very soon.